You've tuned in to When Your Mind Becomes the Scene of the Crime podcast. I'm Dr. Linda F. Williams. I take survivors of abuse and trauma from pain to purpose so that you take back your power, tap into the truth of who you are, and live your best life now. Look, I want to talk today about something that I discussed a few episodes back. And in that episode, I discussed the difference between projection and prediction. And basically what I concluded is that your life is not subject to someone else's negative projection into it. So in other words, I'm projected onto every relationship how I see myself, which is in a negative light. And I project that into your life by accusing you of some negativity or another that if you internalize it, it becomes a prediction because you believe the lies they projected on you. That you have a choice and you get to choose what you believe and what you don't. I gave the example of when I transferred to Michigan and how my boss didn't like me and I began to believe all the negative stuff she was telling me. Well, this week we have Wendy Williams and Tabitha Brown. Now, Tabitha Brown is an actress. Now, she and her husband have been together since 2003, and this seems to be her only marriage. Well, she put out an Instagram story indicating that she and her husband had been discussing something that she had promised him years ago, and that is that she wanted him to retire from the police force. Now, his being a police officer in these times, we already know is a thing that keeps you on your edge and praying for your husband. But she was really excited and giving God the glory for the fact that now he can, what she called, be a child again, dream again. Well, let me just shut up here. I'm going to play that clip for you right now.
I have said to him, babe, it's time. It's time. It's time for him to dream again. It's time for him to think like a child and think, ooh, when I grow up, what do I want to be? And it's something else. It's time for a new journey, a new chance at life, right? And God has blessed us. He has blessed me that I can retire my husband.
Okay, so now that she said that, let's look at what Wendy Williams had to say about that on her show on July 1st. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to discuss first what I picked up about what Wendy said and how that relates to projection versus prediction. And then I'm going to discuss how Tabitha dealt with and responded to that. So let's listen to Wendy.
Nope. I was married to one of those. You know, I make the money and so on and so forth. Go live your dreams, buy a business, you know, stay with me, but go, go, go. You see how that turned out. I predict that this marriage is gonna be on real rocky ground in a moment. Live your dream. Then they invest in stuff and they lose the money. And then they invest in something else and the money gets swindled or stolen. Then they invest again, then he comes home and throws his bag down. And he's like, and she's like, what? And he's like, I can't do this. And this is your fault. You know, you're over here making all your money and stuff. You had me quit my job and I can't find my live like a child. No, but you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, let's deal with Wendy first. Everything that Wendy said is a complete projection into the life of Tabitha, a woman that she doesn't even know. She clearly indicated up front that she didn't even recognize the woman, didn't know the woman, but yet and still she felt like this would be good fodder for her show. First thing I want to call your attention to is pay attention to her what she's saying and how she says it. She starts out talking about, I've been there. That's always your clue number one, that somebody is trying to project into your life or give you advice based on their own unresolved issues. Wendy clearly is very bitter still about her breakup. And it was a tough marriage, apparently, the whole time. But what she's doing here is the projection thing. She's already so-called predicting that Tabitha's marriage is getting ready to be on the skids because of a decision for her husband to retire. Now, that's a heck of a stretch in anybody's world. You don't know the woman. You don't know her husband. You clearly don't know her history. You don't know her at all. But because you had a bitter marriage and you think that you're majoring on this decision to retire as the know-all and the crux of having a successful marriage versus having an unsuccessful marriage. And even in Wendy's life, based on the very public breakup she had with her husband, none of that swung on whether he was living his dreams or was still working or anything. None of that swung on that. If you don't know, Wendy Williams has a daytime television show, and she started out in radio, and her whole thing is ragging on people and bringing their weaknesses to light, and she's kind of a gossip kind of person. Okay, that's how she made her fame. And when she and her husband, before they broke up, it was always in the news, pictures of him with his woman, his side chick. Apparently, he had bought her, the side chick, a house. He had bought the side chick a car. Then when the side chick got pregnant, that's when Wendy decided she had had enough. Now, all of this is going on leading to the breakup of Wendy's marriage. Where in that do any of us hear, oh, he wasn't working or he was losing a lot of money on a bunch of ventures? None of that mattered. Let me tell you something, ladies out there. Whether a man cheats on you or not has nothing to do with you. 99% of the time, it has nothing to do with you. There are very beautiful women that have taken care of themselves. They kept themselves up. By anybody's measure, they're very beautiful women who have had men who have cheated on them. So it doesn't matter how you look, whether you're fat or skinny or what. It doesn't matter. A cheating man has everything to do with that man's character. It's a matter of character. So cheating on you, I just want you to know that it has nothing to do with you. It's all about the character of the man. And speaking of which, given everything that I just said, it appears that Wendy chose a man of unsavory character. And that was the crux of his behavior in that marriage. Now, how long she chose to stay with it, try to work it out, that's nobody's business, okay? But I'm trying to make the simple point that Wendy is still bitter and she's seeing through muddy glasses that are tainted with her own personal experience and bitterness. So when she sees this woman making the quality decision and excited about the fact that God had blessed them enough that she was in a position that he could retire from the force, she's seeing all of the stuff she's been through. Look, this is the deal, y'all. This very dynamic that I'm talking about, it is so insidious. Wendy may not know she's doing it. And if we're not careful, we'll get caught up in that negativity. So we never want to seek advice from anybody that's counseling you through unresolved issues, okay? I'll do a separate podcast later down the line about how you can tell whether they've got unresolved issues or not. But for right now, I want to turn the conversation to how Tabitha responded. Here's that clip.
Hello there. Y'all all right? Very good, honey. I was up doing a little work here. That's why I got my pajamas on in my office. And then my phone started going off, like praising people. It was like, girl, you're Wendy Williams. First of all, Wendy Williams, honey, God bless you. God bless you. Okay. And so people sent me a little clip. And I said, oh, my God, the pain this woman must be in. Wendy, the pain you must be in to feel this way. And I'm so sorry. But listen, let me tell you this. 23 years I've been with my husband. Yes. Broke for a very long time together. Struggled for a very long time together. Succeeded for the last couple of years together, right? My husband took a job in agreement with me. He took a job 15 years ago to help support my dream. And I know you may not know what that looks like in a genuine place, right? But this was an agreement that my husband and I had. And I told him 15 years ago, oh, babe, in 5 years, I'll be able to take you out of there so then you can pursue one of your dreams that you love. Right now, I was his dog in the fight, okay? And he believed in me. And we did it together for the last 15 years. I did every year with him at LAPD, and he did every year with me with rejection and no's in this entertainment industry, right? However, God has blessed me. He has allowed me to manifest. I've been praying on this for a very long time, and it has now come to pass. That is the power of God. It's also the power of allowing God to be first in your marriage, okay? And that is how it remains successful. We keep him first. He is first in our marriage. Not money, not business, not success, but God. He's first, okay? So this is my prayer for you. I pray that love finds you, true love. I pray it finds you and it holds you tight. I pray that someone will love you enough to see you when you are not well, to see you when you need true support, to see you when you need compassion, to see you when you need kindness. I pray that somebody loves you enough to sacrifice their life for you. I pray that type of love finds you so that you can understand why. I don't want my husband to put his life on the line anymore wearing a bulletproof vest if he don't have to, and if that's not his desire. I love him enough that I want him to be safe, and I want him to coach children the way he wants to. My husband has a nonprofit, right? And he wants to be able to build that even more so. And what I do know is a 9-to-5 or a steady job takes away time for creativity, takes away time that you want to pour into your real, true purpose. And if God blesses someone to be able to pull out of that 9-to-5 and pour everything into their purpose, their passion, ooh, my goodness, why would we dishonor God if he blesses us with the ability and the way to be able to do so? Ooh, honey, I'm excited about that. Ooh, I pray that somebody finds you, love finds you, that excites you the way I am excited about my husband being able to grow his business, being able to pour into children, continue to coach these kids, do other things he's dreamt about. Ooh, honey, I pray this type of excitement and love finds you and anybody else who seems to not understand this. I pray that type of love finds you, sacrifice, compassion, like I really do. I really, really do. Okay? With that being said, I thank all of y'all for messaging me and telling me about it. And I want you, whoever is watching, who understands the type of love, let us all pray for people like Miss Wendy and others who have either been so hurt or never found a genuine love that fills their heart with so much compassion and joy. Let us all pray that they find that and that it finds them. Yes, very good. Now, I want y'all to go on about your business, okay? And have the most amazing day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't y'all dare go messing up nobody else's here. God bless you. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.
Master class. Class act. You have got to know that Tabitha made a quality decision that she was not going to return venom for venom. She made the quality decision that she was going to address this out of love. Now, many of the comments on social media are saying she read Wendy, got Wendy told, yada, yada, yada. But what I want to point out in this response is that it came out of love. What did she do? She spoke a blessing over Wendy. Now, granted, she did say some things so that Wendy could recognize that she cannot judge Tabitha's marriage by the choices that Wendy made. So, Wendy, you made certain choices in your life, and clearly that was not a good choice for you. But I wish you to have a blessing of a man who just loves you for who you are. She spoke blessing after blessing over Wendy. This was a master class in making a quality decision that you are not going to engage with negativity. Now, that could have come in two ways. She could have just stayed silent and stayed out of the fray, but she chose to respond in a way that I'm sure that Wendy would never expect out of somebody. I believe that it really came from her heart, because basically what she was saying, unless and until you have experienced a love like this, you will never be in a position to judge a love like this. Now, she could have just straight up spit it out like that, but no, she came out of complete love. And what I want everybody to see in this is the fact that that took a decision. That took a quality decision for Tabitha to bring the love and the blessing like that on somebody who had nothing but negativity to say for her. And let me tell you this. What happened in the moment that Tabitha decided to respond like that is that she completely repelled any negativity and projection that came her way through Wendy. She's done with that. She doesn't have to worry about that. She didn't even internalize that mess. None of that crap can have anything to do with her, and it can have no effect on her life, or her marriage, because she decided to come like that. Master class in coming out of love, master class in emotional intelligence, and master class in taking way beyond lip service her spirituality. She does not bite her tongue about the fact that she believes in God, that she gives God the glory in her life. And by doing this and responding the way she did, she took all of that way beyond lip service. And so many of us need to learn to do that, me included. I cannot sit here and tell y'all no lie. Like, if Wendy would have come from me like that, if I would have had the love in my heart to bring it with the class that Tabitha did. And if indeed I did bring it with the class that Tabitha did, trust me, it would have been a whole lot of time that passed in between what Wendy said and me bringing the answer, because I'd have been grabbing hold to the furniture and wrestling through a whole bunch of crap going on in me because I've been triggered. It would have taken me a while to pull myself together and bring it with that kind of class. I ain't even gonna tell y'all no lie, okay? So I just wanted to bring a whole different perspective on this. What Wendy Williams was doing is she was projecting, and what Tabitha did was determine that that was never gonna become a prediction in her life. What she did was she refused to allow that negativity to trigger her to become negative in return. Because can I tell you something? Wendy can talk till the cows come home and say whatever the heck she wants to. It's the way that Tabitha responds to that that makes the determination as to what kind of blessings or things that I think in the law of attraction, y'all call it manifesting. Whatever blessings are manifested in her life are fully driven by and only by how she responds to stuff that comes into her life. Well, that's it today, you guys. It's just a prime example of projection versus prediction. If Tabitha would have decided to throw venom for venom, then she would have become that projection to some extent. But she decided to take the high road, and it will never become a prediction in her life. So we learned two things. How you respond is fully responsible for the blessings you see or don't see in your life. It's fully reflective of how we live our lives. We're all living the lives that come about as a result of deep-seated things inside of us that we have or have not dealt with. Nobody can throw that negativity on us unless we make the mistake of internalizing it like it's true and believing the lies. And then we begin to live those lies, okay? The other thing is you're never going to seek advice from anybody who's giving you that advice out of unresolved issues. Wendy was talking straight up out of her own experiences as if everybody walking the earth was going to be a paper cutout of the life and decisions and choices that she's made. And that's not the case, y'all. I'm Dr. Linda F. Williams. Thank you for joining us today for When Your Mind Becomes the Scene of the Crime podcast. To contact Dr. Linda, just go to whosapple.org. That's WHOSEAPPLE.org.